Have you ever stopped to wonder how your city really works? I mean, beyond the obvious stuff. How do traffic lights seem to know when to change? Or what exactly keeps a skyscraper standing tall in a crazy windstorm? Well, the answer isn't just concrete and steel. Turns out there's a hidden blueprint, one that's written in the language of academic research. And today, we're going to make that invisible blueprint visible.
So let me ask you this. Is your daily life shaped by research you didn't even know existed? It's a pretty wild question, right? Because we all tend to think of our daily routine, the commute, the park we walk through, the building we work in, as totally separate from the world of university labs and dense textbooks. But what if they're not separate at all? What if they are deeply, deeply connected?
Okay, so this really gets to the heart of the misunderstanding. There's this myth, right? The idea of the university as an ivory tower, a place for abstract theories, completely isolated from the real world. But the reality, it couldn't be more different. That research isn't just for a final exam. It's literally the foundation of the concrete, daily, connected city that you live and breathe in.
I mean, just think about this for a second. That bridge you drove over on your way to work today, it didn't just magically appear. The reason it's so strong comes from decades of research into material science. Its safety is backed up by incredibly complex stress calculations. And this stuff wasn't figured out on the construction site. No way. It was perfected in university labs, sometimes years, even decades before the first piece of steel was ever put in place.
So, let's pull back the curtain a little bit and take a look at the first blueprint, the one that's right in your own backyard, the invisible science that holds your entire local infrastructure together.
And here it is. This is the core idea. Those super dense, kind of boring-looking academic papers, they're not just gathering dust on a library shelf. They are the secret blueprints, the actual operational manuals that city planners and engineers use to make massive decisions about everything from how your traffic flows to how public safety is managed.
But how does that even work? How does some idea born in a lab actually make it into your lane on the highway? Well, let's trace the journey of just one piece of research and see how it can directly, tangibly lead to a faster and, let's be honest, less frustrating commute for you.
So here's how it goes. The path from paper to pavement. It all starts with a breakthrough, some new insight into how people move through a city. That idea then gets tested, poked, prodded, and finally published so others can see it. Then the city officials, the people in charge, they take notice and decide to adopt it as policy. And the final step, the real-world impact, bam, your commute is suddenly 10 minutes shorter. That is a straight line from a theory to your time.
But listen, this isn't just about making things more convenient. The impact of all this research is so much broader, so much more fundamental than that. It's actually about engineering a safer city for every single one of us.
And the scope here is just staggering. We were talking about advanced structural safety that makes buildings earthquake-resistant. We're talking about communal health frameworks based on data that tell planners where to build new parks and clinics. This research touches literally every part of city life, from the water we drink to the trains we ride.
And what that really means is that the systems protecting you every day, the ones managing your health, your safety, your local resources, they are constantly being upgraded behind the scenes. They're powered by these cutting-edge breakthroughs that most of us have never even heard of. They might not make the evening news, but they are shaping your quality of life every single day.
When you put all this together, it really points to a new, much more powerful way of seeing our cities. It's all about recognizing the university not as some building on the sidelines, but as the actual engine driving our municipal future.
So, here's the big takeaway. It's time to completely stop viewing universities as these isolated bubbles. We have to shatter that myth of the ivory tower. The next time you see a university campus, don't just see classrooms and libraries. I want you to see something totally different.
See them for what they really are, the active, powerful engines that are driving our cities forward. They are the workshops where the blueprints for tomorrow's city are being drafted, tested, and perfected right now, today.
So that just leaves us with one last question to think about. As you go about your day, just look around. What invisible blueprints do you think is shaping your city right now? The next huge breakthrough, whether it's in energy or transportation or public health, it's already being written. That blueprint is being drawn as we speak. And now you know where to look for it.